All right, play with matches, and we're back. Now, Gabrielle,
Yes.
did you still have any lingering doubts that maybe the Justin Bieber story, like maybe it's not actually Justin Bieber in the, in the tapes?
Yeah.
You did.
I mean,
You never know, right?
yeah.
Well, we're going to address that today, and we're going to look through 3 separate articles that are going to take away any doubt about whether or not it is, in fact, Bieber in the tapes with Diddy. Because at the end of the day, like, if you are a forensic content creator that is covering the same types of stories all the time.
Is that what you call yourself?
I would call myself that on this particular topic.
Okay.
Because at the end, I've covered every single Diddy story, every meaningful one. Mm-hmm. Bieber has come into it so many times. And so I remember what sources have said in all these different articles.
Okay.
And so today I read this new article about Hailey Bieber potentially leaving Justin Bieber over his depression, related to the Diddy case. And when I started looking through what she's saying, or specifically what the source is saying, I recognized some very familiar talk tracks from a different article that was not about Bieber directly. I mean, it was, but they never said that, right?
Okay.
So that is what we're going to talk about in this. It's going to be the main, headline. We'll probably get to it, I don't know, whatever, 30 minutes in.
Someone timestamp it.
Right. And and we're also going to discuss many other ADD type of topics because that's just what we do.
Yeah, that's how we roll.
So what else you got, babe? You want to talk about anything?
Well, I just fixed my chair because the kids did come in here and mess with it because so many of y'all were commenting that I look like a little person next to you. So now our chairs are, in fact, the same height.
They are the same height.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It was off just now. It was like that much lower, but I am a full-size human.
Look at her.
I know.
She's so
Shocking.
big.
Shocking.
So big. And you can be a full-size human if you subscribe to our channel. Right now, you are half a person. The second you hit subscribe, full size.
It's amazing how that works.
That's how Gabrielle got her chair to adjust. She just clicked subscribe and it was like, whoosh.
Exactly.
It's like magic.
It is.
Okay, so let's run through this thing. Gabrielle, why don't you go ahead and read this, just the headline, and then we'll go to something else.
Okay. Spooked Justin Bieber so panic-stricken over being dragged further into Sean Diddy Combs' sex case. Can I say that word?
Yes.
It's driving his marriage to the brink of collapse. Damn, that's sad.
Okay. And so when you go here, I just want to just real quick. Okay. So read this sentence right here.
He's turned into a basket case and it's allegedly putting a pressure on his already shaky marriage to the road skincare founder.
Sweating bullets, fearing he's going to get served with a subpoena and have to recount every lurid thing that he saw under the Diddy's wings. These are all quotes, okay, from a source. It's left Hailey, who is long deflected, divorce rumors, wondering where all of this will leave her husband and their marriage. Okay, so that's all in this case, or in this new article from today, I believe, from the 20th, from yesterday. Okay, last night.
What's Radar Online? A source, but is it a trusted source? Okay,
I mean, we've covered stuff out of there before.
Okay.
So I'll bring you back to October 4th, 2024. And A-list star horrified as alleged Diddy sex tape gets pushed to the media outlets. He feels like he was victimized years ago.
Damn.
Okay. Male A-list celebrity who is subject of an alleged sex tape with Sean Diddy Combs is horrified that the footage is to be shopped around to media outlets. 2 members of the star's inner circle told the Post. It's triggering, said one of the insiders. Feels like a betrayal and a violation, and it's causing a lot of issues. It brings up some really disturbing and bad memories. More than one person is hawking the incriminating footage, which shows a man who appears to be Combs having sex with a younger male who appears to be the A-lister. Both of their faces are clearly visible in the footage. It's a total nightmare, says that he feels like he was victimized years ago and is now being victimized yet again. If this footage ever gets out, it will follow him for life. It will be on the internet forever. There's not much he can do about it. If there was a video taken without his knowledge and that somehow gets out, so all he can do is pray. He's praying that this all goes away. Can you think of anybody else in this story that does a lot of praying? Justin Bieber, huge Christian now.
Yeah. Well, you said anybody else.
Like, yeah, I mean, well, true. Bieber, right?
Yeah.
So when you get into this thing, right, and it's like, I mean, it's just
Wait,
off.
go.
Which part?
Right there. The Stay singer was just 13 years old in 2008 when he was signed to Usher's music label. Through Usher, he met Combs and became the scandal-scarred rapper's protege and sidekick. Dude,
Right.
13.
So through Usher, he met Combs and became the scandal-scarred rapper's protege and sidekick. And from last week, speculations rise as Justin Bieber seemingly unfollows Usher on Instagram.
13.
So when you look at those 3 articles, okay, it's him, right?
I mean, it's pretty compelling.
It's him.
That's so fucking sad.
It's awful, dude. And then when you go back here and read this, like, hold on, there's another thing where, okay, so Bieber's dream has now turned into a nightmare, and as more horrific allegations pile up against Combs, who has remained in custody at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn since his September 2024 arrest. He's currently awaiting trial on sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and transportation, yada, yada. The Insider says, this is awful, man. Justin has dealt with anxiety and depression issues for most of his life, and the fears of the lid being ripped off his days with Diddy's company are sending him over the edge. I'm sorry, let me go back here again. There's not much he can do about it. If there's a video taken without his knowledge, something gets out, all he can do is pray. He's praying that this goes away.
It sounds very
him.
compelling. Yeah.
It's the same source, too. He feels like he was victimized years ago and is now being victimized yet again.
It's an interesting sentence. He feels like he was victimized years ago, not like
that's because
he was.
Let me tell you why that is, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
In the video, it looks consensual between him and Diddy.
Yeah.
That's why. Is because Diddy, you know.
He mined, yeah.
Right? And like Diddy, and again, they say.
He grooms kids.
Exactly. And they say in the thing, look at this. It said like younger celebrity did not, hold on. It's, the post is not naming the A-lister because it's unclear if he was a victim of a sex crime or if he was an adult at the time of the footage. That's the only reason that he's anonymous in here.
Right. We don't know what year the tapes are from. Damn.
An officer with the Department of Homeland Security was part of the raid on Combs' Miami home told that I can hear the kids coming up here. If she opens that door, I'm going to... The post that law enforcement agencies believe that Diddy filmed...
Where's your headphones?
Oh, man, my neck hurts too much. Like, if I put those on right now, I will die. Yeah.
Oh. They stopped me playing with my hair, so I'm going to wear them because so many of
No, we need someone to wear them.
Triggered by the fact that I play with my hair.
No, well, don't worry about that.
Oh, I'm not worried about it. I think it's funny.
Yeah. The source was not able to confirm the A-lister was in any of the footage they obtained. This is the federal agency source. These are recognizable names, but I won't confirm any of their identities, but it's more than just one. Anyway, that's pretty much what it is. I mean, we've talked about that.
Did you have you yelling at the kids on tape? Or you
No, I turned it off. Dude, sometimes you guys can't hear it out there, but like sometimes the kids are walking around our house screaming. Well, they're like, "Mom!"
We also have like a 4-day weekend going on right now because there's a snow day in Texas. We got like a half an inch of snow, and our whole entire state just ceases to function when that happens, which I don't think is an overreaction because I hate the cold, but school was canceled. So they're here for the 4th day.
I mean, it's pretty straightforward, dude. Like the streets the roads literally turn to black ice. Yeah. And like, if you look up Texas, Texas freeway ice crash, there are videos that are, as a matter of fact, let's actually do exactly that.
Yeah, it's crazy. The local law enforcement, they have, by the way, the best social media. I love their social media, but they were like, if you don't have to go out, please don't. There's already way too many accidents happening right now.
Mm-hmm. Texas ice.
Pile up.
Okay. Yeah. Oh my God.
Tonight warning.
That is insanity.
100.
So like, let's take a look at exactly what we're talking about here because it is,
crazy.
It's gnarly. Here's 100 vehicle pileup.
involving at least 100 vehicles in Fort Worth, Texas. At least 6 people are dead. CBS's Omar Villafranca is at the scene.
These trucks lost control after overnight sleet turned the highway into a sheet of ice. The crash sent vehicles and debris flying through the air. By daylight, the highway was a mangled mess of crumpled cars stretching over a mile.
We are going vehicle by vehicle to make sure that anybody that is still trapped in any vehicles has been extricated if possible.
Emergency workers worried victims would develop hypothermia. The pileup happened in a matter of seconds, but it is taking hours to clean up the accident. You can see there's 18-wheelers wedged in with SUVs that are smashed together. They're having to pry them apart. They're also bringing in tow trucks with cranes to try to clean up the mess. The same winter storm that slammed Texas also wreaked havoc in Arkansas.
It was so icy that when I went...
That is wild, dude. Yeah. So, I mean, bottom line is...
Look up I-35. Type in I-35.
I-35?
Yeah.
Okay. Bottom line is you don't... why is it all this 40... Here we... Oh, on Ohio.
You gotta leave Texas.
Here we
there.
go.
You removed Texas.
I-35. Oh. Okay.
Is it just that one?
I mean, that one is also on I-35. I mean, this is the worst one.
That's horrifying.
Yeah.
Where's all the funny ones? There's funny ones where the cars are going like literally like 5 miles an hour and they just can't stop and they just all like kind of like dink, 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 dink.
It's just crazy because I mean,
oh my gosh.
Imagine everybody like suddenly driving on an ice skating rink. It's literally like that. Like your controls do not work. Man, that person is somehow...
I mean, this is clearly sped up, but dang.
Yeah. So bottom line is we definitely do not...
We're not going out today.
Wait, the average speed before deadly February pileup exceeded 100 miles an hour?
It's Texas.
That doesn't make any sense. That's not right. Exceeded 100 miles an hour. Everyone was driving at night over 100 miles an hour.
I sometimes look down and I'm going like 95.
Gabrielle.
I swear. On the way to jiu-jitsu and back.
There's no way the average speed was over 100 miles an hour in a snowstorm.
That's true.
It's absurd.
Texas drivers are crazy, though.
Now to the deadly multi-car pileup in Louisiana. Transportation officials are investigating after a so-called super fog lowered visibility so much that dozens of cars crashed on the interstate near New Orleans. Trevor Alt is here with the story. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, Michael. So super fog is a type of severe weather phenomenon that we don't often see. It's basically a mix of dense fog and smoke. And this didn't just cause a few drivers problems.
It's
difficult to see. Visibility in some spots dropping to near zero. This time
where I had my life threatened, not by driving, by a cop. It was nuts, dude. Like, so
I think you told me this story.
Me and my father were driving from California to Utah. Okay, when we were moving to Utah, it was in 2017, beginning or end of 2016, very beginning of 2017.
It was like January 1st of 17.
Yeah. So we're on our way out there. We're in the middle of the Nevada mountains, right? Like we're in the middle of nowhere. It's late at night, because it was going to be like we were driving overnight or whatever. And this fog comes in that was so thick. I couldn't see anything. I'm not driving fast at all. It's a 2-lane road. I couldn't see nothing, like nothing. You could see maybe like 10 yards in front of you. I'm probably going 20 miles an hour. And so I'm driving. And as I'm coming up, like, all of a sudden I could see headlights. Oh, there was someone parked in the road, like parked in the road. We were on the left side, like we were on the left of 2 lanes. Mm-hmm. And so I slowed down and then I veered over to the right, to not hit the car that's parked in the middle of the road. Yeah. And so we got out of the way and went around it. It was no big deal. It wasn't even fucking close. Like it wasn't like almost hit this car, whatever. So we keep going. And then, no, not even whoop whoop. Just saw this car like zip up and pull up next to us, and it was a cop. Because it was a cop car that was parked in the road, Like, I can't stress this enough. I was paying attention. I saw this whole thing happen. This is not close, right? And they pulled up, and the guy's going like this to me, and I'm like, what?
I love that we still use that for like roll down your window.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. So I rolled down the window, and I can't remember his exact words, but he's like, he said something along the lines of, you watch where the fuck you're driving. Like that, like a cop, big ass, jacked fucking cop. And he was like, would you watch where the fuck you're driving? And I was like,
Sorry, officer?
I'm really good at like, algorithmically playing out like, so no matter how mad I get, if I'm like, there is no winning this, there's only, escalate bad, de-escalate, make this go away. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I'm like, I'm sorry I didn't see you guys. And he's like, I don't know, whatever. He's blah, blah, blah. And then he said something like, I'll pull you out of your car, fuck you up. And I was like, and every instinct in my body was like, it's literally the only time anyone in my entire life has talked to me like that, where I was able to kind of go, okay, I'm, and just like, yeah, and just swallowed it and was just like, okay, I apologize. I'm really sorry. Where I showed no aggression whatsoever. And then he just, hit the brakes so we could keep going. And I literally for 20 minutes in the car was like,
your dad was in the car with you?
Yeah. All I could think about was fucking slitting that cop's fucking throat, dude. Because we did nothing wrong either. And like, I'm talking nothing but absolute stone violence in my mind. No one's ever talked to me like that, ever. Especially for no fucking reason at all. And it's a cop, so I can't say anything back at all. Like, I can't fight the guy. Yeah. I can't pull over. I know for 100% sure he has a gun in the car. He's allowed to use. I'm not, like, I can't do anything. I just had to kind of, I'm sorry. And like,
swallow it.
You know how people are like, I compartmentalized my trauma.
You compartmentalized it?
I compartmentalized it for as long as I could. And then as soon as it was gone, I was just like puking it out of my eyes and ears.
Your poor dad.
Oh my God. I was so fucking mad. I was like, it still pisses me off thinking about it.
I can tell.
I mean,
how's your blood pressure?
I don't know. Probably not very good. Anyway, but yeah.
So that's why our house is loud and we're yelling at our kids because they've been here for 4 days and we can't go on the roads.
Oh my God. Since we're talking about Diddy and Bieber, survivor of California prison grape club shares her story.
There's a club?
Yeah, we got some more time in this episode.
Nowhere safe. Not the library, not your shower, not even your room, your counselor.
A sexual assault survivor of an infamous women's prison in Northern California is sharing her story for the first time. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Kimberly Hunt, and my co-anchor Wally Aliou is on assignment. The federal prison in Dublin in Alameda County was known as the Rape Club by corrections employees who abused
in Dublin? That's right. Like first of all, I didn't even know that exists. I didn't even know that was in Dublin. Did you know there was a prison in Dublin?
I did not.
The prison's former warden and other staff.
My brother lives in Alameda.
Are now behind bars. As Team 10's Austin Grabish shows us, victims are now being compensated in a historic multi-million-dollar settlement.
I'm broken, trying to fix myself, trying to love myself again.
The pain is still fresh for Denora.
Going to prison, yes, I put myself in there, but I didn't sign up to get abused, threatened.
The mother of 3 is trying to heal.
If you're in my shoes, at that moment, you're nothing. You belong to them. They have your body, your mind.
She's a survivor of the infamous Dublin prison east of San Francisco.
I was molested, forced to do things I didn't want to.
It's ABC 10 News' policy not to name victims of sexual assault without their permission. Denora has asked that we only use her first name in this story. Sexual abuse at the facility was so rampant, staff dubbed it the Rape Club.
There was nowhere safe. Not the library, not your shower, not even your room, your counselor.
The lawsuit says the warden took interest in you right away.
So you say a couple of things that you went through, what you did before being there and what you do now. And that's where they get your weakness and everything they can use against you.
Denora, who used to live in San Diego County, says the abuse by corrections staff began shortly after she started serving her 6-year sentence in 2018 for running drugs over the border.
It was an everyday thing. Dancing, stripping, being scared of going to the shower because they're going to come in and look at you naked.
Did any of the female guards ever intervene?
No.
The lawsuit says that one of the guards said, I know you will be deported. I can find you.
They will say, we know where you're from, Sinaloa. We got people too. So of course I'm going to be afraid.
At the center of the abuse.
I'm surprised those prison guards aren't afraid. You're like, they're all, we know you're with the Sinaloa cartel, so I'm going to grape you. You're all, have you thought through what you just said?
That's not a smart move.
Those guys, like, you better hope that's not somebody's niece. They'll skin you alive while your family watches.
Warden Ray Garcia. A recently settled federal lawsuit says he forced Denora to perform oral sex on him and during his rounds would make her dance naked. When it wasn't the warden, it was prison guards with sexual demands. The lawsuit says one officer with a vulgar nickname was, quote, notoriously perverted and threatened Denora.
And were you able to speak out at all when you were still inside and this was happening?
No, scared of retaliation. You couldn't say anything. Imagine getting threatened every day. You want to see your kids? You want your phone calls? You want your visits? Or you want to go to the shoe?
And get this, Garcia wasn't just the head honcho at the prison. He was also in charge of enforcing a federal law at Dublin meant to deter sexual abuse of inmates.
What? What? He was in charge of a whole thing. They're all, we really have a serious problem with sexual abuse.
I'll put a stop to it.
Let me be in charge. They're all, you seem like the right guy. He's like, I am above reproach. They're all, what are you doing after lunch? He's like, raping one of these prisoners.
You can't say that word.
I mean, you can once, like 20 minutes into the video.
Oh, goodness.
But good God.
The person in charge with preventing rape in prison was one of the prime culprits perpetuating the rape in prison.
San Diego civil rights attorney Gene Iredale represented Denora in the lawsuit against the Bureau of Prisons.
This case was historic in the sense that there has never been a case involving the exposure of such widespread, long-lasting, and frequent abuse in a prison institution.
I get the sense from reading the court documents that these men thought they were untouchable.
They did think they were untouchable.
What if this chick is a goddamn genius? And let's say
the whole thing.
Because I assumed that there's going to be like a bunch of women. If it's just her, what if she's just like, well, I got 6 years to create sexual relationships with as many of these dumb fucks as I can, and then I'm going to get them when I get out.
Get paid. Let's see. Are there more?
The abuse was so rampant, the FBI raided the prison last year. Garcia, the prison's chaplain, and multiple guards have since been convicted of sexually abusing inmates. The federal government recently agreed to pay nearly $116 million to settle lawsuits from over 100 victims, including 3 women in San Diego. Denora is getting $1.4 million.
That's not justice for me. Not the amount of what we're getting will ever change what they did to me. I have that scar and I'm going to keep it for the rest of my life.
Back in Northern California, where the abuse happened, the Dublin prison is now closed. But the memories of the terror inside will live on. Austin Grabish, Team 10.
God damn. $116 million settlement.
Did you just text that to your brother?
No,
Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Chappelle.
I had to send our brother and sister-in-law a text message this morning. So our new insurance that we got last night, our new car insurance.
Yeah.
They're asking for proof that people who lived with us at one point have new residence and new insurance. I'm like, they haven't lived with us for like 12 years.
Who?
Noah and Kelsey. I have to I had to text them. I have to get their proof of insurance with their address and send it in to our new insurance.
They lived with us when
Giselle was a baby for like 3 months when they got back from Baltimore, I think.
Oh, I didn't know they like actually put down on stuff that was their address.
Well, that's why when we were like forwarding addresses around and we used our last name, it would always cause such a clusterfuck because we had the same last name as them, and it was also your dad's. So that's why I think.
Yeah, that's a wild story, dude.
That's insane.
Prison rape club. You don't want to be involved in a thing like that. They're all. So, have you ever been convicted of a felony and you're like, well, yes.
I was in this club.
Hey, it's like describe further. Well, I was in the notorious California Grape Club. You may have heard of it.
Like a wine,
hundreds of
nice
victims.
Wine club.
Hundreds of victims.
And we cost the state $116 million.
Do you want to hire me?
I'm a really good guard.
I swear I'm a good dude. They're gonna. Hey, you should.
That's crazy.
You should hit them up and be like, hey, it's network marketing or homelessness.
Or nothing.
Or homelessness.
You want to make some money?
Yeah.
No, just kidding. I don't want to work with anybody like that.
Oh, you think?
Yeah. But if y'all need energy, mental clarity, and like you might want to lose a few pounds, you know this stuff's amazing.
Look at my bone structure.
Go
Thanks
into
to
the
that.
bio and check out the nootropic drink in there. It's amazing.
Anyway, that's what we got for this video. Love you guys.
Bye.
Peace.